Hey guys, it's Wednesday again. I'm so excited to be here with you guys this Wednesday for another quick sewing tip. And this one is one that plagues many sewists. What to do about skipped stitches. You know, you're sewing along and all of a sudden your sewing machine starts skipping stitches. It's a pain in the rear. I know because that happens to me all the time. So, I'm going to walk you through the steps that I do in order to make sure that I don't need to take my sewing machine in to be serviced and just fix the skipping stitch problem really quickly and in the sewing room. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Taylor and I work here at Sew What Box, which is a monthly sewing membership where we ship sewing boxes full of projects, tools, and goodies. Now I've got a quick video for you to watch if you haven't heard of us that just shows you a little bit about the membership. It's only about 8 seconds and then we're going to get into the tip for today about skipped stitches. So if you want to learn more about our monthly sewing membership, you can go to sewwhatbox.com to see all the information there, and you can even sign up and get your first shipment for free. That's for new members only, so go ahead and check that out. If you would rather not be a subscribing member, you can check out our one-time purchase items, which are pre-cut sewing kits or any leftover last month member boxes by going to sewwhatbox.com/store. You can find all of those there, and those are the items that are not membership items. You can buy them without signing up for a subscription or a membership. Okay, guys, so are you so curious about learning about how to troubleshoot your skipped stitches? So I'm going to switch cameras, head over to the sewing machine, and kind of walk you through the things that could be going wrong if you are seeing skipped stitches, what to check out, what to change, and just see what's going on there. Let me switch my video and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so here we are at the sewing machine. The very first thing, if you are skipping stitches, that you want to do is rethread your top thread. Now, what can happen is the thread can fall out of these tension discs. Tension is what holds a little bit of pressure on this thread and what will pull it up to make it so that it makes a tight and nice stitch as you're sewing. So if the thread is not in the tension discs, there's no tension on the top thread, which can make it not connect and not be pulled to make a good stitch. So first step is always rethread the top and see if that fixes your missing stitches. Now, the key to this is that you always want to make sure that your presser foot is in the upright position when you are threading your machine, especially when threading it through the tension discs. Once you get down here to putting it through the eye of the needle, if you need some more room for your hand, you can put down your presser foot. But what happens is these tension discs are kind of like cymbals that go around and pinch the thread as it goes through them. Now they are spring loaded and it's connected to your presser foot. So this handle here that makes your presser foot go up and down also makes these cymbals, your tension discs, go together and apart. So when the presser foot is down, the cymbals, the tension discs, are pushed together. When it's up, they are opened apart. Now you can imagine that probably if you thread with your presser foot down and those tension discs together, that it will be really hard to get your thread to go into the tension discs when they're closed. So you're going to want to thread your machine while the tension discs are open and your presser foot is in the upright position. So go ahead and thread that. If you try again and you're still skipping stitches, then your next thing that you should check is to make sure that your bobbin thread is threaded correctly. Now, if you're working with a top load bobbin machine like this, then the biggest issue is that your thread has not been caught in the little crack down here on this side of the bobbin case. Now you should, when you look in here, you should see that your thread should make a line from down here up to where your needle goes into the sewing machine. So if you don't see a line of your thread going straight across like this, then this is misthreaded. So just pull it out, follow the directions, which is usually on a picture right here by the bobbin, and make sure that you get it threaded in and you can see a line of thread like this. Then go ahead and test and see if that has fixed your skipped stitch issue. If it has not, our next step is to change the sewing machine needle. Now, most of the time, you can use what's called a universal needle. Now, a universal needle has a certain type of point at the bottom here, and it's usually able to universally work the best on all types of fabrics. However, if you are sewing a stretch fabric or a certain kind of fabric that your machine is skipping stitches on, then you might want to look into getting a special needle just for that. They have some needles that are stretch needles, some that are for knits, which are usually stretch fabric, and those just have different kinds of points in the bottom here, which will make the needle be able to easier go through the fabric. Sometimes what causes the stitching to skip is that when the needle tries to go down into the machine like this, instead of it going through and piercing through the fabric, it just takes that fabric and pushes it all the way down in there with the needle instead of the needle piercing through. And if that's the case, then that's because you have a dull needle or need to get a different kind. If you don't have a different kind, go ahead and switch it out to a brand new universal needle. That will probably fix your issue. You know, these needles get dull really fast. Think about how often they're going through fabric and creating friction. I can even feel on mine right now, I was noticing there's a little burr on the end, so it kind of isn't smooth. See my fingernails getting stuck on that? That's wear and tear, and I'm probably going to have to change out this needle pretty soon. Okay, so switching out your needle should probably fix your issues. And the other thing that I forgot to mention that is actually a big cause of skip stitches, especially if your skipped stitches are at the beginning when you just first start to sew. When you start to sew, you need to hold on to these thread tails. You need to put some tension on those as it starts because your sewing machine is going to try to suck these threads up into itself. And the reason why it does that is it's using that tension that I mentioned a while ago to pull on those threads so that it holds and pulls a tight twist here to make these tight stitches. So until this thread is anchored into this fabric for a couple stitches, there's nothing to hold this and keep it from being sucked up into the sewing machine. So that's why you need to hold on to the tails of your threads until you've gone like 2 or 3 stitches here. Then you can let go and the material will be doing the holding for you. So those are my easy, quick ways to check your sewing machine to see and troubleshoot why you might be skipping stitches. If you've done all of those things and you're still skipping stitches, it might be time to take your sewing machine into a repairman to get serviced. Sometimes the cause of the skip stitches can be that your tension discs are broken or the spring that holds them together when this gets pushed down is also broken. So you'll want to take it in to your repairman and let them service it and tell them that it's skipping stitches, and they can look into all the parts that could cause that and get it fixed for you. So I hope that that was helpful for you. I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment below. If I don't see those by the end of this live stream, I will still be back and read through those questions and get them answered for you. All right. If you are watching this on Facebook and you want to go back and see all of the weekly tips and trick videos, you can find them all very easily at our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/sewwhatbox. If you head there, you'll see all of our past weekly tutorials and tips videos. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube and you want to connect a little bit better with some other sewists and maybe have some deeper questions that you want to ask, or if you want to just share what project you're working on right now, you can join our Facebook group by going to sewwhatbox.com/group. Now, I know that's not a Facebook link, but what it'll do is it just gives you an easy thing to remember to type in, and that will redirect you to Facebook where you can click Join Group. We'd love to see you there. Okay, guys, well, this is about all I've got for this week, so thanks for watching.